The Big Ten was headed toward a record number of bids last March in 2020. 10 wasn't out of the question. 11 definitely could have been reached. Now, the pandemic hasn't changed a thing in 2021 when it comes to Big Ten bids. The league is just as strong, deep, and experienced as it was a year ago. Now, whether or not there is a national title contender is kind of moot here. The Big Ten is still the best, deepest, and will dominate the most number of bids by highest percentage regardless, like no other league this season. So, the number of bids and the potential overall wins in the NCAA tournament this March and early April really should be the barometer, not whether or not one team can knock Gonzaga or Baylor off the perch and win the national championship. Here's how I would break down the Big Ten at this moment in time in February. There are the title contenders: Michigan, Ohio State, Illinois, and Iowa, still the Hawkeyes. Michigan and Ohio State are still, by the way, in contention for number one seeds. Illinois and Iowa both could easily be on that two line, and they all four have stars that can take over a game. My next grouping would be sort of the experienced pair of Wisconsin and Rutgers. The Badgers have a senior-laden team, but so do the Scarlet Knights. And while both teams have been somewhat inconsistent, they both could potentially go on a nice deep run, certainly deep into March, and who knows, maybe even into early April. Then you've got the potential trio: Purdue, Indiana, and Minnesota. Purdue, tremendous freshman class: Jaden Ivey, Brandon Newman, Zach Edey, Travion Williams. Indiana's got Trace Jackson Davis. Race Thompson has played really well. They've got good guards like Armin Franklin. Minnesota has Marcus Carr and Liam Robbins. That is a 1-2 punch that certainly could get the Gophers far into March. So that's three more into this grouping. Now we've got the wild cards: Maryland, Penn State, and Michigan State. Maryland's already proven that it can beat anyone in the Big Ten outside of Michigan. Penn State has had its moments where it's knocked off contenders. And Michigan State has the talent to beat anyone in the league. They just haven't put it together yet because of pause, not being 100% healthy. But there's still time for the Spartans to be that wild card and potentially earn a berth. So that's 12 teams in contention, 12 out of 14 in February. And even Northwestern and Nebraska. Northwestern started the league 3-0. They've struggled since. Nebraska has been on pause so long, just came back, but they've got talent to cause some problems. So, can't really put those other two in, obviously, in contention, but it makes it interesting. There's going to be no givens down the stretch. The league is going to make it easier for the committee because you're going to take almost 3/4 of the league. Where it will be difficult is to seed these Big Ten teams. But ultimately, there will be so many, really as few as 9, but possibly as many as 10 or 11, that will clearly show that the Big Ten was by far the best conference in 2021.